Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a pretty massive shift in how we work. We're talking about transforming AI from, just a basic text generator into a highly capable, fully integrated business partner. This isn't just about learning some new tool, right? It's really about unlocking the ultimate force multiplier for your entire business strategy. Let's get right into it.
Here's our roadmap for today. First up, the prompting gap. Then we'll hit the 5-box framework, look at complex workflows, dive into strategic transformation, and wrap it all up with an integration action plan. So, starting with section 1, the prompting gap, and exactly why generic inputs fail. A lot of professionals are super frustrated by what they get back from AI. Just generic, unusable fluff. But here's the thing. The problem isn't the tech. It's that classic garbage in, garbage out rule. Look at this comparison. If you toss it an amateur prompt like write a blog post about productivity, the AI is literally just guessing. But on the other hand, when you lock in professional constraints, defining the exact role, the audience, the length, and even asking for a specific Harvard Business Review tone, boom, you get a masterpiece. The quality of your output is always going to mirror the quality of your input.
Okay, section 2, the foundational key, which is the 5-box framework.
To avoid that amateur trap we just talked about, you really need a system. Enter the 5-box framework. Every single time you interact with your smart assistant, you've got to define these 5 days. The exact persona, the clear goal, the background context, the creative boundaries, and finally, the structural format. Mastering these 5 specific steps, that is exactly how you transition from just executing basic, simple tasks to actually driving high-level strategic change.
Let's look closer at step 1, the role. Instead of asking for some generic business advisor, you can actually design an interactive scenario to simulate real-world challenges by saying, hey, you are Sarah Chen, a former McKinsey partner who advises startups. You immediately force the AI into a very specific perspective. You're unlocking a framework for expert, nuanced decision-making right out of the gate.
Now for the context step. Context is basically the strategic backdrop that makes everything else make sense. Imagine you need a business financial report to solve a major scaling problem. By feeding the AI specific metrics, like telling it you're an 18-month-old SaaS with 150 customers and explicitly stating your $800,000 in recurring revenue, the system knows exactly what mountain you're climbing. It can now actually generate a highly tailored strategic financial report instead of just tossing you some generic advice.
And then we have the constraints step. With this, you aren't just setting limits. You're actually forcing creativity by establishing exact parameters. By mandating a strict word count or requiring specific vocabulary or even capping sentence length, you use these specific constraints to guide the AI toward writing highly accurate, creative content. Basically, you are channeling its massive knowledge base into one laser-focused deliverable.
Moving right along to section 3, escalation. This is where we get into big data, workflows, and customization.
This framework truly shines when you start executing complex workflows. You can literally drop massive data sets directly into the interface. Imagine uploading a CSV with, say, 3,000 customer survey responses. Get this, an analysis that used to take a dedicated data analyst 3 weeks using specialized software? Yeah, that can now be accomplished in a 30-second conversation. It's wild. The system basically acts as your own personal data analyst, finding those hidden correlations across different data sets. It can instantly spot patterns between, say, feature usage, customer satisfaction scores, and support ticket volumes. And from there, it extracts strategic insights and generates visual charts perfectly formatted for your next board presentation.
You can then take it a step further and use the AI as your strategic brain to design a whole system that automates your daily repetitive tasks. Using pre-built templates, you generate these perfectly formatted outputs and just push them directly into the business management tools you're already using. We're talking Asana for project plans, Buffer for social content, MailChimp for emails. The AI does all the heavy strategic lifting, and your tools just execute it seamlessly.
Oh, and you can even customize your smart assistant's built-in personality to suit the exact nature of your task. Need blunt, hyper-efficient facts? Just switch on the robot persona. But let's say you're doing some creative brainstorming and you really need someone to ruthlessly poke holes in your terrible ideas. Bring in a witty cynic. Selecting the right persona perfectly matches the AI's communication style to whatever workflow you're tackling. Which brings us to section 4, the climax, moving from simple tasks to true strategic transformation.
Having the tool is one thing, right? But actually transforming your organization is a whole different ballgame. The evolution of your business with this tech is going to follow 3 distinct levels. Level 1 is just task replacement, basically using AI to write your emails a bit faster. Level 2 is process enhancement, where you systematically improve your workflows with those automated templates we talked about. But level 3? That is strategic transformation. This is where you use AI to execute things you literally could not do before, unlocking entirely new competitive capabilities. And finally, section 5, resolution, your integration action plan. So, how do we practically apply this today to shift from level 1 all the way to level 3 in your daily work environment? Here is your practical 5-step action plan. Step 1, invest in the professional paid tier. Honestly, the free versions are just limited demos at this point. Step 2, aggressively drill that 5-box framework until it's second nature. Step 3, build up a library of pre-built templates for your recurring tasks. Step 4, pick just one specific workflow and dominate it completely before moving on to the next. And Step 5, document all this intelligence into a personalized company playbook. That playbook is going to become your ultimate competitive advantage. I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. In today's landscape, you have to consciously decide which side of history you want to be on. The future isn't humans fighting against AI. No way. The companies that will absolutely dominate are the ones who combine human expertise with AI to outpace everyone else. So, are you going to compete as a human against machines, or are you ready to build your playbook and become unstoppable? I hope this explainer gave you the exact tools you need to get started.